Hello there, viewers. Good day to you. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you guys are here. It is a fresh work week here in sunny Florida. It's a Monday. We had one heck of a weekend around here and one heck of a week last week. We had a bunch of fellas. Eric from I Do Cars, Power Stroke Tech Talk with A-Rod, and Bearded Ford Tech were all in the vicinity. We had a celebration of existence. My wife and I had a remarriage ceremony on our 9-year anniversary. We were together for 15 years and she asked me to marry her a few months ago. So we went off and did that this weekend, and we had a wonderful party. We had a good time here at the shop. We destroyed an F-150. Video coming out on that thing later on after I get all the edits and everything done. And today we are back at the grind. So we have approached and entered this 2006 Chevrolet. It's a Silverado 2500, I believe. It's got the 6.6 Duramax. This vehicle is a prime example of a mint condition, almost classic automobile. The customer has a couple little complaints. They're looking for some electrical problems here. They stayed about a month ago. We keyed the unit on. The AC would not blow. After shutting it off, next morning the AC blew ice cold, which is good. It's happened several times now, over and over again. Sometimes the radio does not come on for a couple of minutes after the key is turned on. And so it looks like we're looking for some electrical issues. My guy wants me to pull out the scan tool and see what I can find in here. There's also got something on the note about a fast fuel pump. That's like it's a frame-mounted lift pump. You see these LBZ Duramaxes, they did not have an electronic fuel pump. They had a high pressure injection pump, and it used a set of gears as a pump similar to an engine oil pump, and those gears would just pull fluid from the tank up to the engine, and then it would pressurize it and send it off to the injectors. Well, a lot of folks with high fuel demand vehicles, like folks that tow or even the guys that just drive real fast, or the ones that have some extra horsepower turned up in them, they like to install a lift pump on the units. Those lift pumps offer a lightly pressurized amount of fuel up to the injection pump, and those lift pumps will also offer extra filtering capacity and a fuel water separator. I've got a unit similar on my vehicle over yonder, and it's got a water separator on it and another filter, and I've also retained the factory filter, so it's actually running 2 fuel filters, so that's twice as much protection, especially since we have an electric pump to get past the restriction flow of the filter elements. And he was asking something about the pump being on at all times when the key is turned on. So the key's on now. Let's go check for that pump somewhere. I understand it's back here. Oh yeah, there she is. Yeah, right there. Very similar to my unit. That one's got some nice Baldwin filters on it too. That's a good installation. I'll show you guys where I tucked mine at in a second. Might as well, since we're on the topic. It's over here. This one is my personal truck. It's an 07 LBZ Duramax. This one's the dually. That one over there is not, but I elected to put mine right here on the outside of the frame rail, right there. Very similar setup. You got a fuel water separator, and you've got your filter element. Since we're here, let's crack this open and check for some water. Looks like diesel to me. Nope, no water in that unit. But this one operates the same. If you were to come in and key it on, engine not running, that pump's just down there chooching away. Now what I've done with my pump is there's a bypass on it, and I plumbed that bypass back into the filler neck. It's tough to see down there, but we have some fuel flowing. Let me get a hold of a flashlight real quick. Should be able to see this illumination. Yeah, there it is. You guys see all that in there? That's my fuel that has been circulated through the pump, that is not being consumed by the injection pump at the engine and is being returned to the tank through the filler neck. So basically every time this key is on, my fuel tank is constantly being filtered, which is a good thing. So the fellow was asking if that's acceptable practice with his fast pump with Baldwin filters, and yes, that is just fine, as long as you don't leave it keyed on and then drain your batteries, in a similar fashion to what I've just done here. Yeah, oh, we can see a little better this way. Yeah, look at that. That's a big old unit right there. Big electric motor, aluminum manifold, nice bracketry, and then of course we've got our filters. You know, I'm inspired. I may actually move my pump into this location. I like that. Anyway, let's hop in, fire this thing up, and see if we can find anything that ails this particular Silverado. So stay tuned. This is going to be a very good video. Starting the engine. Beautiful. Okay, right here on startup, we've got a check engine light going. So that's going to give us some kind of direction. We're sitting at about 150,927 miles on the odometer. That's a kind of low mileage for a vehicle of this age. I'm impressed. I'm actually kind of jealous. I'm getting some truck envy. Here, before we do anything, let's go ahead and get this scan tool plugged in. Fire that unit up and we'll see what those codes are telling us. And then maybe, or maybe not, we'll take this thing out on the road real quick. Beep, we're waking it up. So while this scanner's waking up, I'm gonna get out of the parking lot real fast because there's a delivery truck coming in, and if I don't get out of the way, I'm gonna be stuck here for a minute. So yeah, let's get her backed out. Oh, watch out, there's a trailer back there. There we go. Ah, I see you. The exhaust on this truck sounds kind of mean, a little throaty. I like it. I want to see what it is back there. I can't even get out of this parking lot. Go this way. All right, that's looking good. I'll hang out right here for a minute. Awesome. Well, the AC is blowing super cold. Let's go ahead and crank that down some because it's hot out today. Let's get this vehicle pulled up and see what we're looking like inside of our ECUs. It's our 06 Chevrolet. It's gonna be a Silverado. That's gonna be a K Silverado, indicating 4-wheel drive. The C VIN numbers are a 2-wheel drive. And we are, whoa, hang on, 5360 and 81. Oh, looky, I've made an error. I pulled up Suburban, see that? That would not be okay. Silverado, okay. Yep, not waking up the crane branium just yet. There we go, there's our engine options. So we are gonna be an LBZ, that's a VIN D. I'm getting in, waking it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a code scan of all modules in the vehicle. Begin scanning now. It's gonna take a couple minutes. I'll see you guys in a second. So while this scanner's down here scanning, I was reading through the list of complaints, and one of them, kind of an easy one, they were talking about the backlighting is fairly dim when the headlights or the running lights are on. So we turn on headlights and that should turn on our interior lights, including our backlights. We can then use the little wheel right here to dim and brighten those backlights. See how that odometer is getting a little dim, lit back up. Now it may be hard to see just due to the lighting because it is broad daylight here, but I've got some shade kind of above us, and I'm looking at the back lamps behind this, and these actually look like they could be aftermarket. They almost look blue in there. But what I'm seeing is as I go through this wheel and run these backlights, I'm not seeing a lot of activity on the gauges. I do see that it's there, and I can see the backlight changing on, ooh, that one's not, yeah, that one took a sweet time too. Look, we're fully backlit, but I'm all the way down. See that? And then I bump it up some, and then it gets dim, or it starts to brighten up. But here, it went all the way dark, and then it got bright. Yeah, see that? Now we're full bright, and it's down. But that's turned off. So we have an issue going on with this switch here, little wheel. Probably a bad spot on the wheel, and it's going like full chooch in the dim position. Now, if I just give it a nudge, a little bit up, oh, it has completely failed to dim the lights now. Okay, so I'm going to recommend that we replace the headlight switch for this obvious backlight issue here. Yeah, this one won't even dim anymore. It's doing nothing. And while we're in there, I think we should also replace this fog light switch, which is part of the bed light switch. So there's going to be, I believe, 2 switches inside of that bezel. One right here and one right here. So I'm going to recommend replacing that one because it's broken. This one because it's not functioning very well, and that should check off one of the things on the list. Scan tool looks like it's about done. I found 2 DTCs in the ECM. P0461, fuel level sensor performance, symptom 00. Test failed since DTC cleared. That's a history DTC. And P0672, glow plug 2 control circuit, symptom 00. That's a current DTC. So it's probably got a bad glow plug on number 2. I could pull it out and we can check it and see if it lights off or not. But most likely, I would recommend a glow plug. I will pull it out and take a peek at it. Uh-oh. That's not good. Got a B1000 in the body control module. ECU malfunction. Passenger compartment dimming 1. Passenger compartment dimming 2. Park lamps requested. Circuit malfunction. Okay, so I may have been incorrect. It might not be a rheostat resistor switch issue. It might end up being a BCM issue. We can take a look at that. We'll probably pull up that trouble code and temp control circuit malfunction. Yeah, my truck has that too. Again, another ECU malfunction. B1000. The passenger presence system lost a PCM comm. That's a U1016 and a U096. Loss of class 2 communication data. At the panel or the cluster. Okay, so there might be a couple little things here adding up to this list of symptoms, making me think. It's a Monday. I don't want to think on a Monday. Come on. So I'm sitting here tinkering with these lights again, and I'm still going to double down on the fact that I think we need a switch, because I've got this into the clicked on position, which should be switching on the dome lights. Oh, there it goes. Yep, that was a delayed dome light. Watch this. It's off. I switched it on, and we have nothing happening. No lights. Look at that. We bang on it. Lights come on. Yep, I believe we have an issue with the switch. So it's possible that those B2000 codes that are in here, those are just relaying that the BCM is identifying there's an issue with the circuitry with the interior lights. That's going to also affect these lights and those lights, that light, this one, and that one back there. So we're gonna have to go ahead and get a switch for this unit, and then kind of go from there. Let's take this for a quick spin around the block just to get a good feel for it, and we'll head back into the shop and I'll get that switch ordered. We can kind of narrow that one down, and then we'll move on to some of the other items after I can do a code clear on this to see what pops back up or not. That would be my strategy. So let's ride. Ding, ding, seatbelt. Truck feels very good. Feels stable, it's quiet. Very nice truck. Is it for sale? I'm building a fleet. Alright, out on the big road real quick. We'll give it a decent throttle pull. Open it up some. Steering's a little unstable, but it's got some play somewhere in it. Shifting feels good. Turbo sounds good. All right, that's good. Let's swing back to the shop. I'm gonna pull it in, order a switch real quick, like slap that guy in and see if it fixes our problem real fast. This might be a pretty short kind of video. I have a dentist appointment today too, so I'm not putting in a full day, which sucks. I've been like halfway working for days because of all the activities, hurricanes and weddings and anything else. My son broke his arm. Oh, I didn't tell you guys yet. Yeah, so we had our wedding and we had the reception at my house. We went back to the house and kids are running around playing. They're out playing baseball or soccer or something. And halfway through the evening, he comes in, he's crying, he's upset, he's holding his shoulder, and we pulled his shirt back and you could see his collarbone. It was like kind of going up, and then it just turned and went the other way. Super clean break. He took a header. He was running along, tripped, went down on his shoulder, kind of skidded some, and he just didn't get back up, is what they told me. I wasn't there for that part of it. I was inside doing something else. But yeah, he took a header pretty hard, broke his collarbone. So he's here with us today at the office in a sling. Second time, same collarbone. He broke it once when he was, I think he was 4. Yeah, a couple years ago he broke it. But he's good at it. And all the trucks are gone. Fantastic. Looks like that power line cable thing fell down too that was hanging. So we're just gonna run it over now. All right, back at the shop, we're pulling it in. I'm gonna head inside and order that switch real fast, and we'll pop this unit out, take a look and see if we cannot get a positive change in the behavior of these backlights. Yeah, you see them now, they're really not very bright at all, even turned all the way up. It could be two separate issues, but I don't know. Yeah, it's not doing anything now. Weird, yeah. I see you, darling, we can see you. What you doing, babe?
I'm seeing how those headlights are super shiny.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't see them yet. Are they nice?
Yeah, they're really clear and shiny.
Cool. Will you do me a favor, Flav?
Yeah.
Will you order a headlight switch for this and a fog light switch? There's two switches.
Headlight and fog
This one's
light.
broken and this one's not working properly.
Oh, the one that goes up and down. Got
Yep.
it. Okay.
Yep. Little wheel. Yeah, will you order those?
I will.
Thank you, darling. All right. So, in order to get those out, oh, you didn't tell me there was a tuner on this. I'm over here being super nice to it, and it makes extra horsepowers. Ooh, I can hear the VGT and the turbo changing. That's nice. I want one of those. Okay, so in order to get these switches out, we've got to pull this bezel out of the dash right here. And in order to pull the bezel out, we've got to pull the tilt wheel all the way down and then shift this thing down into drive. Now, on my left, I've got the parking brake engaged, so if I let off the brake pedal, we're not going to go anywhere. And I realize the engine's running and blah, 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 but it's hot outside and I got the AC going. So then what we got to do is just kind of grab a hold of this bezel and pop it out from the retainer clips that is holding everything into position. Now this little guy, it's like Velcroed on. I need to pull that off, pull that thing back some. The Velcro is sort of coming off of it, but it's still sticky, so I'll leave it. Pull this thing out very carefully. This is where it gets unfortunate, because these plastics are old and they like to get brittle. Okay, now the wire for that tuner knob that we saw over there, that guy is kind of holding me up. See right here? So I need to figure out, maybe if I pull the knob, I can unscrew it. No, it doesn't really want to come off. I don't want to break it. Wiggle. It should slide right off of there. Well, I guess I can work around it, I suppose. Anyway, there's the switch. So these switches, they should just kind of clip in. I don't think they're screwed in with any fasteners. There we go, yep. Pull that guy out. And then we've got the one little release mechanism on that connector. Push that guy in and just walk that clip connector right out. There we go. That's our switch assembly right there. And then this one, which was broken, again, I'm trying to do this without gouging up the dash. Let's see if I can't encourage this one to come out. No, I think that's bringing the whole assembly out with it. Let me try it from a different angle here. You see the tab on the bottom, see that right there? Pull that tab down with a pocket driver and then try to wiggle this thing out. Maybe I need two drivers, one for the tab and then one to pry on the switch body. Don't break it, Ray. It's gonna be a two-handed operation with this one. Got one for the tab, one for the switch. There it is. Okay, it's loose. The light's shining through it. It's melted. That's interesting. Let's untab this connector, or unlock it, or release it, or whatever adverb you want. And that is our switch connector for this broken, nasty switch right here. Let's leave that back on there. So I got an idea. What we're gonna do, go ahead and shut this thing down, I guess. Let's take a peek inside of this switch and see if we can't see what's broken in it. Good, the headlights went out. Maybe we'll find more melted stuff. This one, that one has a melted case. See from the bulb in there. So it stands to reason that this one may also have some damage internal that can be visually identified at the little wheel right here. Got a Phillips screwdriver, little small pointy one. Go in here and pull these screws out of it. And there's two more buried deep down inside of there. Let's pull these out. Magnetic. There's a spring. There's a spring on that little peg on the case that goes in that little hole right there. That's odd, but okay. Let's see if I can't take this apart some. So what we're looking at, this is our main switch body. That's how all those components are actuated. You turn the knob, it rotates these contacts. These contacts will ride on these copper strips on this printed circuit board, and depending on the position of those contacts is what completes or opens the circuit between the pins, which are then connected to the pins at the connector, and then that sends voltages to the corresponding control module in order to determine what function the operator is asking for. And if we look really closely on this, again, this light is making a glare, pardon me. No, not that. If we look closely here, we can see a lot of physical wear on these copper strips here, a bunch of it over here, a little bit right here. I think this circuit board is just worn out, for lack of a better term. Let's continue to disassemble and see what the little wheel looks like inside. I'll show you the contact points, and we'll try to find some wear which would indicate a bad connection on the wheel as well. I'll show you that. See how we have the strip to connect. Well, I can't see much of it. I wonder if I can slide this apart. Yes. There we go. So here's our contact points on the wheel. Looks like there's 4 of them. And those are going to be making contact with this section of circuit board. We can see there's a bunch of corrosion. The plating has started to come off. There's some pitting. So yeah, we've just got a worn out printed circuit board. Took 18 years, but it's worn out. So we need a new one. And of course, this is our light bulb. I don't know if this light was ever on, but there is a light filament inside of this little guy here. You can see it's burnt around the edges. A blue light. Maybe that was just an indicator on type of bulb, or, oh, you know what it is? Maybe they covered these up in this blue stuff so you would have a blue light shining through rather than just a pure white light. That could be a modified little modification there. If that's the case, I might put it back on the new unit. There we go. Okay, executive decision time regarding this little light bulb thing right here. I cannot seem to get the little blue thing off of the light bulb without the blue thing disintegrating. So unfortunately, when it comes to the new unit, it's not going to have a blue light bulb. It's just going to have a white light bulb. I can't do it, can't get it off. It's melted to the thing, and that's going to be that. So anyway, we have a new one here. It's a standard Ignition Products reproduction headlight switch. I do not have the fog light switch. That is not accessible to me until tomorrow. But we do have this one. So let's go plug it in and see if my theory and observations is accurate or not. All right, climbing on in. So we're gonna sort of probably just leave this interior in disarray for a while. Meaning I'm not gonna put this thing back on until I get the other switch. But we can still plug this one in and see if these lights are going to operate as designed. Reach on through here, snap that guy in, and then this I can just slide that right back into its bracket. Headlights on? I don't know. Let's key it on real quick and see. Okay, those lights are on. So hit the button, dome override. That turns them off. Well, I see a backlight that's lit. Oh, silly me. That is not the dome on off button. That is the door switch override button. So we got door open, lights on, door closed, lights fade out. See how they dim? Good. And then we override it, door open, no lights. See that? I own one of these. I can't believe I just had that kind of moment in my head. So anyways, that's working. Let's check our dimness. Hang on, let me turn off this light here. Much better. See that? Much more better. Okay. So the problem with that unit was the worn out mechanicals inside of that switch. So that is handled. Waiting on that other component. So I'm just gonna kind of slip this thing back into its position here. I don't know if I cracked that or not while I had this thing out. It's possible. I don't think it was cracked before I touched it. I believe it's cracked now, which is very unfortunate. Snap that back in. Oh yeah, there's a crack right here too, see that? Okay, now I don't feel so bad. There are cracks in the dash. All right, I can live with that, I guess. Here, I'll just leave that kind of hanging out right here for now. Turn that stuff off. Park this. All right, so one solution has been discovered. The other one is self-evident because the thing was melted. So we have a part of this electronic system has been diagnosed and repaired. Let's go through. I'm going to go into the BCM and clear out these body control module codes. Then we'll do a shutdown and restart. We'll see if they repopulate. After I shut it down, I'll go in and operate all of the lighting systems. That way it has the self-test opportunity to bring those codes back up. There's more codes now. Look at that, all kinds of stuff, because I had it unplugged. So yeah, let's go ahead and clear it out. Wake up. Clear codes out of BCM, blah blah blah. BCM codes. Okay, let's go back into it. Display code. Hey, speaking of Toyotas, hey Laura.
What?
Speaking of Toyotas, did Steve come back with his FJ for that valve?
No.
Did you talk to him? Okay, Steve, we're waiting on you. Your part's here. Anyway, go back in and check some codes. Are you staring at me? You're cute. Look at you.
I have keys on my desk and I don't know whose they are.
What kind of keys are they?
They're Toyota keys. Oh, is it for
Okay. B1000 ECU malfunction. See that one? That one came back. Okay. A little bit of research. Let's head over to AllData and see what's up with the B1000 for a 06 Silverado. Okay, powering down again. Yeah, let's head back into the office here. We'll grab the computer, see what we do about a B1000. See if there's something to troubleshoot or if that indicates a failure of the body control module. Let's go find out today. All right, we've got the VIN placed. We'll go ahead and pull this up. 2500 four-wheel drive Silverado diesel, and we're gonna search Bravo 1000. Fuse block under hood B1000, blah blah blah. Find a fix. Okay, testing and inspection. Yeah, look here. DTC B1000 circuit description. The internal fault detection is handled inside the control module. No external circuits are involved. Okay, so it's inside. Descriptor, this DTC diagnostic procedure supports B1000 ECU performance. Conditions for running the DTC module runs the program, so there's a program feature to detect a fault when the unit is powered up. The only requirements are voltage and ground. It's detected an internal malfunction. Refuses additional inputs. Okay. And there's a little flow chart right here. Let's zoom this into the flow chart. Did you perform the diagnostic system check of the vehicle? Yeah, we checked batteries, terminals are clean, tight, all that good stuff. Go to step 2, install a scan tool, turn the engine on. Is it a current DTC? Yes, it is. Step 3, replace the module, setting the DTC as current. So this thing needs a BCM. Got it. Okay. That was easy. Best diag procedure ever. Needs BCM. Okie doke. So we've done all we can do for this preliminary moment. I'm closing up the hood. We've got some direction. We need a BCM. Not sure how I'm going to go about that. I don't know if I'm going to rebuild it or replace it or have the dealership do it, but I've got to do some fact finding to determine which course is going to be the most cost effective, and then we can go from there. Unfortunately, I've got to save that for another day and another episode because this one is coming to conclusion at this point in time. And having said all that, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think about this video and the contents of said video in the comment section down below. Do not forget to engage that like and subscribe button while you're down there. And most importantly, have yourselves a fantastic day. See you guys later. End of Silverado diag, end of electrical probing, dissection, I don't even know. In a day, in a video, in a transmission.